What's the most underrated Thanksgiving food?
Oh God, underrated Thanksgiving food. I'm super picky. Underrated Thanksgiving food. You know what I don't think a lot of people like, but I really like? Sweet corn.
Huh.
I don't know why. I just love it. I think it's delicious. I would go with mashed potatoes. I do like stuffing. Stuffing's really good, but I think that's a crowd pleaser for everybody, right? That's not like an underrated side dish, but
Sweet corn is for sure.
I think sweet corn is super underrated vegetable. Even when I go to like steakhouses, I always get corn. I love it.
If you could ban one Thanksgiving dish forever, what's getting cut?
If what?
You could ban one dish from Thanksgiving forever.
Oh, the casserole.
All right.
I don't like it. I'm just not into them. I don't know.
Is turkey actually good, or is it just an obligation?
No, I like turkey.
All right.
I like turkey.
If your Thanksgiving dinner had a Yelp review, what would it say?
If my Thanksgiving dinner? Well, it's not fair because I'm not the cook. So I always have to give 5 stars, otherwise I get in trouble.
What's your elite level Thanksgiving plate strategy? What are you going for first? What does your plate look like?
We start with the meat. There's turkey and ham. And then we dig in on some mashed potatoes, some green beans, some stuffing. Then dessert, like whatever's available. You know, I mean, look, I don't get to pick. I show up empty-handed. So I just got to be grateful that there's some good food that's being made.
Do you guys have a Thanksgiving tradition that your family does that other people would think is weird?
No, not that I think is weird. We go to my wife's sister's house. The kids play. We spend some time, eat, and then we take Christmas. So Christmas Eve is at our house, and then I dress up as Santa and I bring the kids their gifts and do all that stuff.
Who's the funniest person at your Thanksgiving table and why?
Marissa would say her for sure, and I'll just agree with that.
There you go.
I think Ruby is.
Hell yeah.
She's hilarious.
Is there anything that you're pretending to like at Thanksgiving just to be polite?
No, I don't think so.
What's one thing you're genuinely grateful for in business this year?
I'm grateful that our company continues to get better. I'm grateful for the partnerships and relationships we have, most of all, you know, and the people that have backed us. If there's something that I'm grateful for as a person in my personal life, I'm really grateful that my kids are healthy. They've been through some stuff that a lot of people don't know about. My middle son over the past few years, and he's doing so much better now. And then of course, Ruby, she was really struggling with her weight for a long time, and it was very taxing on us, my wife especially, you know, being at Phoenix Children's Hospital last year over 20 times and dealing with that BS. And, you know, she's really come around a lot. And so I'm really grateful that they're healthy. You know, I see my kids at home and they're happy. You know, like they're crazy, but it's funny because I look at them, like even last night, you know, we're playing and they're just screaming and running all over the house. And I look at that and I honestly tell myself, like internally, like they feel very safe. You know, they're comfortable at home. They're comfortable in their environment. They feel safe, and that makes me feel good, you know, that they can be themselves at any time and really just be kids that love each other. And they do, you know, they all love each other so much. But I'm really grateful that I have a family at home that, you know, my children are doing very, very well. My wife's doing great. You know, it's really good to know that to me is the most important. That to me is the most important thing. And right now, those things are really good.
Beautiful. What's a lesson you learned this year that you want to bring into the new year?
I'm trying to learn a little bit more patience. I'm trying to have more understanding with things to where I think about things more. I wouldn't say I'm like a really reactive person, but I look at things to where it's like, think about it a little bit more and go into more depth. So I'm starting to have a little bit more patience. I'm also starting to have a little bit more trust. You know, when you build a company, you have to make sure you have the right people in the right places. There's always like a level of looking under the hood and making sure what's going on. And as you grow, what you find is that you find a lot more, and then you hire better, and then you find a little bit less, and you grow, and then you hire more, and then you find a little bit less. I feel like we're at a really good spot with the company to where our people know what they're doing. I have a lot more trust in them, and that's a good feeling. Like, it's a good feeling to know if you have a directive, that you got the right people in place that can get that directive done. And also, a lot of our team has been with me for so long now. I mean, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, some of them, to where we're just very comfortable with how we manage. We're very comfortable with how we interact. And so that trust level has been much more profound for me. Like, there's a lot of things now that I just know, even if I wanted to do it, I know I couldn't do it as good. And so, yeah, I feel very comfortable with that.
Beautiful. All right, back to quick hitters. Ready? Pumpkin pie or pecan pie? No explanations allowed.
Pecan pie.
3-word Thanksgiving advice. Go.
Enjoy the day.
What would you rename Black Friday if you had full control?
I would say I'd rename it like Friday Fool's Day, because it's all a bunch of garbage.
Yes. And last one, if you could invite one celebrity to Thanksgiving dinner, who would it be? And who are you picking, and what are they bringing?
Celebrity. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know. I don't really care about any of that stuff. I'd love to meet Tiger Woods.
Me too. Any last words about Thanksgiving?
No, I feel like this year, I guess you say it every year, this year flew by. But I mean, it's almost December. It's been a good year. You know, I'm looking forward to next year. You know, next year is going to be a year where, you know, real estate all in all this year stayed flat again. And it's been a hard 3 years in our business, in lending and in real estate. And I really believe that coming into 26, we're going to see some headwinds in our industry that give people this is the reason you fought for the last 3 years, is because of the market that's coming. I don't think it's going to be crazy, but I certainly think it's going to be a lot better than it has been in the last 3 years. And I'm curious to see how people adapt to that, and how they manage being busier, because the last 3 years has been, how do I find ways to be busier, and now it's how do you manage being busier within your business. So it'll be interesting to see how people play that out.
Cool.
Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at JMG. I just personally want to take a minute to say thank you very much to our amazing operations staff, our agents, and of course, our amazing partners that really help us build the company that we have today. Thank you guys all from the bottom of my heart. Happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy your turkey.